Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. So in this video we are going to go through the EZA or take a look at the MUI Goku or the UI Goku, the INT Ultra Instinct Sign Goku, and take a look at how he performs after his recent EZA. So just to highlight that one of the things that improved was his leader skills. So his leader skill got raised up to being 160% type lead. He also has received a buff to his passive skill. He now has 150% attack and defense. He will transform when the conditions arise, so that is when he falls below 50% health, and he also raises attack and defense on his super attack. Overall, his link set is pretty good. We're looking at Kamehameha, Prepared for Battle, Godly Power, Over in a Flash, and Tournament of Power. A very solid link set. First Awaken is going to be something that's quite difficult to achieve, but most of these link sets are pretty common amongst Goku units, especially Tournament of Power and God Goku units. Because of this, we're looking at his categories. He's pretty usable on all of his categories. The only time he won't be usable is if you have the Strength UI Goku, basically. But he's become really solid. He's a really nice addition to every single team. And in terms of build, you're going to want to build him into a more crit based build. I know a lot of people will say additional, but his starting stats and his starting point is so high that crit's really going to be the way to go here. His attack effective against all types from his transformation only lasts one turn, and he gains the chance to evade with a reduction to his defense. However, usually if you stacked enough by this point, that reduction won't matter. He continues to stack attack and defense on his super attack. You can also farm this Goku's SA by using the Ultra Instinct Goku from the Universal Survival Saga event. So in terms of team builds, we're going to run Goku on the Realm of the Gods team. Obviously this is paired with a Beerus, but we can also just run double Goku leads. The Realm of the Gods team is going to be a very powerful team for Goku alongside the tournament, the representatives of Universe 7 and the Universal Survival Saga categories. Goku really relies on things like Over in a Flash and Tournament of Power for his ki, and those are very common amongst Goku units on both of these categories and some of the Goku God units, specifically the red-haired ki units. And then of course pretty much any other UI or MUI Goku or anyone you can pair him with. Obviously he can't pair with the physical UI Goku, but beyond that he's pretty much okay to pair with anyone else. So here we're looking at him. He's got a really solid defense at Rainbow, 152,000, which is very impressive. And then of course we'll take a good look at his attack stat. He's got no support on this rotation, so there's nothing really augmenting him. That's just his raw stats. Obviously this is a Rainbow unit, 3.7 million, very good, and then he'll stack on that as well. So that defense is going to be higher next turn, that attack stat's going to be higher next turn. And yeah, pretty impressive. Remember, when he transforms, he does lose some of that defense. He will lose, depending on where you're at, he'll lose about 30 to 40k on that 155,000 or so. It just depends on, things like supports and link levels and everything. But you'll lose, a solid percentage, but he gains the ability to dodge at a high clip. And then of course he also gains that first turn dodge as well, which basically guarantees him the ability to stack again once or twice. And then he'll also gain the attacks effective against all types, plus his damage will go up. So even though he loses a bit of that defense, you could argue that because he basically gets a free turn, that defense is almost essentially not really lost. And because he gains the ability to dodge, he's going to be looking really impressive. So we're sitting with 200 and something, 1,000 defense, 217k. We do have the big boy support of Toppo on rotation, but this is probably going to be the best we're going to see from him. He doesn't really gain any links from Toppo, so there's nothing else to really give him. And we'll see a really good attack stat out of him here. We're probably going to see, I don't know, close to 4.5 million, 4.4 million. Very impressive attack stat number. And remember this, it's a Rainbow unit, but this guy is hitting very hard. I mean, he is looking very impressive right now. Not even transformed. He's still got the transformation in the bag. He's still got the dodging. He's still got the attacks effective against all types for 1 turn. He's still going to stack, so he's going to be consistent throughout the event. You know, next turn he's going to have stacked more, the turn after he'll stack more, and yeah, he's just very, very impressive. He's got a really nice, simple but effective toolkit. There's nothing complex about it. There's nothing that really needs you to bring it out to the fore. You don't need rainbow orbs, you don't need key orbs, you don't need things of a certain type, you don't need, you know, a certain number of this, or you don't need to have him attacking in the first or the second slot. He doesn't need 11 key or 12 key. He just does the business, and that's good. I think that's really, really good. So here we'll take a look at him. He only has 2 links activated with that God Goku, so not really a decent option. 212,000 defense, which is very, very good. He is getting the support from this Goku because the entire rotation is a God rotation, and we've obviously got the stack from the previous turn, so Goku's really looking good. That defense is looking nice and high, nice and juicy. It's just going to keep stacking and improving, so it's not really an issue. And just another really impressive attack stat. So yeah, I'm really impressed with Goku. Obviously we're going to struggle to get his transformation in these Dokkan events, but the 4.2 million attack stat. He's got the double supers going, he's got 200k defense, he's still got the transformation in the pocket. Very, very good easy A. Probably the most impressive easy A I've seen so far, because this Goku before was not unusable, but he was just not an option on his own team. It's very rare that DFE leads are dropped off their own team so quickly, but this Goku is really, really coming back in a strong way. And I know a lot of people who have quite a few dupes in him, have a single dupe in him. Even for me, someone who's got him at 69%, he's very, very impressive. Just in high performs, and yeah, just the numbers that we're seeing, he's just very, very solid unit. I don't see any issues with him, and I really like his kit build. I think it's nice and simple, like I said, and we're seeing just great production, and he's usable in so many events, LGE, LGGT, and those starting stats really make him usable in, well, pretty much anything, so he's really good. Got Goku here, he's sitting with 300 and X 1000 defense, so very impressive once more. We're going to get him to have his attack. We've got the support, we've got the crit chance as well from the West Kai here. So we'll get a good look at Goku's attack stats. Probably going to be close to 5 million, I think, give or take. Yeah, 4.8 million. So very, very, very good. 300k defense, 5 million attack stat. Definitely a Rainbow Easy Aid unit, but a very, very good Rainbow Easy Aid unit. Those are some impressive numbers. He obviously doesn't have really any innate crit or any innate, anything barring that first turn where he has attacks effective against all types, which is why it's better to give him crit. He's going to have good base stats. The stacking is going to be great because it'll obviously help him get to higher points faster, but we're seeing him rock 3 million, 3.4 million attack stats without support in the first turn, looking very solid. So giving him some crit on that is really going to just help him make those attack stats land a bit better. And since he's going to be useful in so many events, you're really going to want that crit, because you're not going to always have him fighting tech types or anything like that. He's just such a usable unit with so many categories, with such a simple and effective toolkit, and with such a nice link set for Tournament of Power Gokus. I mean, this guy links great with so many LRs, so many decent Goku units, so many God Goku units. It's really just impressive what this unit can do. So we've got my 69% unit here. That is a unit with 1 dupe. We'll get a pretty good idea of how Goku performs. We're going to move him on to the next turn. We're not really going to look at his defense or anything right now. We'll take a look at it next turn. So obviously he will have stacked once if Bardock makes it through the first couple attacks here. But it'll be nice to see what a Goku with that isn't Rainbow will do. So it's going to be good to see. We'll get a nice idea of Goku's performance, and then we'll take a look at his link set afterwards. Obviously Goku's looking pretty good here, 2.9 mil, so just under 3 mil for a single dupe of Goku. No real links activated. He does have some support on the rotation, of course, but that's still pretty solid. This isn't a fully link leveled Goku. We're not rocking the absolute prime equipment on him either, so yeah, we'll definitely get a good look at how he performs next turn. We're going to pair him up with the LR MUI Goku, who is pretty damn interesting, pretty damn strong, obviously. And they're going to make a very meaty pairing. I think they share 5 links in total, 5 or 6 links. I think it's 5 links. And yeah, they're just a very, very impressive pairing. Very, very solid units, and just a good team to run together. If you have the strength UI Goku, he is better than our INT Goku. But INT Goku is the second best option if you do not have that LR. So definitely something for you to look at, and definitely a good option for players who don't or haven't managed to pick up that strength UI Goku yet. So yeah, definitely something you're going to want to keep your eyes on. And yeah, a really solid, nice pairing to run together. But that being said, obviously it's just one of those things that we do need to factor in when you're taking or talking about a unit. The one thing about Goku that, you know, is something to be held against him is that link set. It's pretty nuts, but it's very restricted to basically only being paired with God Goku, Vegeta units, or other God units from the Tournament of Power. There's no real, like, linking pairing that has him thriving with other units, and the First Awaken is a really weak link overall. It's not really helpful. It doesn't really link that great with a lot of other units. You could maybe use it with the Bardock, the AGL Bardock from on a Goku's family team, but yeah, there's just no one really that has that link built into their link set. Other UI Gokus and MUI Gokus have it, but again, he can't link with the ones that do have it, so it's one of those things. But yeah, just to take a look at the Goku, obviously they pair really well here. They're going to be sharing a solid set of links. As you can see, they share those 4 links, and then they're going to get the 5th link when they both can Kamehameha. So looking pretty good overall. We'll get a really nice representation of Goku's attack stat here, and we'll see how he does overall. Obviously looking pretty nice, 3.2 million. You can see that jump up. Obviously he did stack from that 2.9, but overall he probably would have cracked the 3 mil nod even without it. So yeah, very impressive overall. Liking what we're seeing. And then yeah, it's just now basically time to take a look at his link set and just talk about what team he's going to work on best. I think obviously Realm of the Gods is super strong for him. Reps of Universe 7 is really good for him. Universal Survival Saga is really good for him. You could put him on pretty much any team that you want to. The only real thing is that you're probably not going to see the best performance out of him on Pure Saiyans unless you specifically put a Goku to pair with him. So, but you can run him on all those other teams as a very solid floater. He does have Prepared for Battle, so there is a solid key link that he does have that's pretty common throughout all Pure Saiyans, Goku's family, and etc. teams. So you can see a pretty good performance from him anyway, just by obviously making sure that he's floating, that he gets Prepared for Battle active, and that you get enough orbs. He'll stack enough defense and everything, and will be perfectly fine. We're also going to get to see Goku transform here, so we'll get a good look at Goku's defensive stat. After this, we'll get a good look at his offensive stat, and we're just going to get a really nice picture of Goku. So obviously we've got the Gohan and Frieza on here as well, which is a support type unit. He's got 160 or so defense, which is really not that bad considering he just had it reduced as well. And then we'll see what kind of attacks that we're seeing, but he's going to evade every attack this turn. He's got effective against all types this turn, so we're going to see some really good numbers out of Goku and some really good damage in general. And then yeah, we'll just get a good look at where Goku is after this. Like I said, I would still build him into crit because it's only 1 turn he's effective against all types. If it was more than 1 turn, if it was permanent, I would say additionals, because then you can rely on the transformation to produce damage. 4.2 million, obviously a big step up from the 3.4 or so that we saw before. And yeah, just really impressive. He's going to evade every attack, as you can see here, which is really good. And then we're going to also have the Goku alongside him, also pump out some really big damage. So yeah, these guys are a lethal combo, and definitely well worth investing and getting the EZA for Goku, just so we can see this kind of pairing put together. Really awesome showing from both of them. But now it's time to just take a look at Goku's links. briefly discuss what they bring to the table and who best he links with, and then of course obviously we'll leave it at that. But I think from both the Rainbow Goku and from the 69% Goku, we saw pretty much exactly what we expected. Good performance from both. The Rainbow obviously shone really brightly, but I think the single dupe copy also performed exceptionally on that Reps of Universe 7 team. So just to take a look at Goku and quickly recap what is being displayed here, we've obviously got Prepared for Battle, Godly Power, Tournament of Power, the Fierce Battle link as well, the First Awaken link, and Over in a Flash. So very solid link set. Prepared for Battle covers the more generic pool, Over in a Flash makes him link well with God Gokus, and Tournament of Power makes him basically able to always fire off attacks on any Universal Survival Saga team. Kamehameha is going to be the most common link that you can get with him alongside Fierce Battle, and getting these links is really going to help you out. But the only issue is that not many units have them, barring the LR Goku, so you're not going to get this exact link set. As you can see, only really Goku has it, which is something that makes things a tad difficult to get all those nice links set up. Those are all his major attacking links. Obviously, one of the main links that we can get is Godly Power. It is a nice big attack boost, and it's something that you should focus on with all of these attack style units. You can see here all of the units that have it. So pretty solid link set overall. Kamehameha, Fierce Battle, Prepared for Battle, all relatively easy to get. The issue is when we add in Godly Power, that drops dramatically. So it's one of those things, because it's more common amongst MUI Gokus, UI Gokus, and across the actual red-haired Gokus, not the blue ones. It is somewhat difficult to get for this Goku if you do not have the aforementioned partners. However, that being said, you can see he has multiple decent linking partners. He has people that he shares at least Prepared for Battle with from a key point of view. Fierce Battle, Kamehameha, these are all common links that are easy for him to get. Tournament of Power also is very easy to get, and then obviously First Awakened and Over in a Flash are going to be his less common links, I should say. You can see here as very solid linking partners. Out of these three, pretty much only the SSBKK can be used. The Sai Goku can't be run next to him. They have the same name, so they won't generate a link set. And then of course the MUI free-to-play is a solid option for new players, but not really something you should rely on. Whereas the SSBKK Goku is probably your best option overall. If we're looking at legendary options, he links very well obviously with the Goku. We saw that the AGL Goku is a very awesome linking partner for him. He can't link with the strength one because obviously they share the same name, but he can link with the AGL one very, very well. And then finally, of course, he can also link with the SSBE Vegeta, who's a very solid option for him too. They share 4 links, so also very solid. That's going to be it from me, guys. Let me know in the comments how you're finding Goku. And yeah, until the next video, as always, stay safe, cheers, and bye.